Hey everyone, and welcome back to Talking Bayern, the one-stop shop for Bayern Munich content on YouTube. Today we'll be discussing the match preview between Bayern Munich and Hertha Berlin on Saturday. Let's get right into it. So going into this matchup, we have Hertha Berlin, who are 18th bottom of the table in the automatic relegation zone. Of course, this is only after 2 match days, but they do sit alone at the bottom of the table with 0 points. After suffering a 3-1 loss to Köln and a 2-1 loss to Wolfsburg. So Hertha Berlin have not gotten to the start of the season as they would have liked to. I do think they're better than this. They struggled as well last year. I know they were fighting against relegation for the most of last season, and they were pretty close to getting relegated actually. But I think they're better than this. They play in the Olympic Stadium. I do think that they are a better club than this. They should be. Obviously, Berlin is such a massive city. You'd expect more from them. But it kind of looks like Union Berlin is the king of Berlin right now, rather than Hertha, which the old lady has been the biggest team in Berlin for I'm not sure however long. As for Hertha, they unfortunately just lost their best player, I would say. Matthias Cunha has left for Atletico Madrid. He was, of course, their best player. He was great last season and kind of the shining point of what is a bit of a weaker side in the Bundesliga. So I do think Hertha Berlin will have a hard time this season to compete. I think they will be fighting against relegation zone again. I don't think they will get relegated, so I don't think they are the worst team in the league. By far, definitely not the worst team, but there's not really anyone who stands out in this squad anymore. So Hertha has won 2 championships in the Bundesliga. They have won in 1930 and 1931. But as I said, they have been a bit of a disappointing team. They have been a disappointing team in the last several years, but playing Olympiastadion, you're expecting better. That stadium can hold almost 75,000 people. If that thing gets filled every day, that is an incredible stadium. I think it just looks awesome. I really do wish that Hertha were a better team, but it will be interesting to see if they can turn their franchise around. So for players to look out for, as for Hertha, I would say their captain, Boyata, the Belgium international. He's a very solid center back, and I do think he will give our attackers a bit of a hard time. 2 other players I think we should watch out for are Vladimir Darida. He's a Czech international, and he's actually been a very good player for them. And lastly, I think Piatek will be an option we have to look out for on defense. And of course, I do have to mention the legend Kevin Prince Boateng, who is now playing for Hertha as well. As for Bayern currently have 4 points, nearing the Champions League part of the table, the top 4. We're currently tied with several other teams with 4 points. Actually, Wolfsburg sit alone at the top table. The only team with 2 wins, surprisingly, is Wolfsburg. Of course, I don't mean that that's surprising that Wolfsburg there. I just mean that it's surprising that there's only 1 team with 2 wins at this point after only 2 match days. Of course, Bayern are going to feel like they can easily win this game. They are going to be the strong favorites here, and I do think that Bayern will come away with the win in this one. I do expect us to play at full strength, however. Lewandowski will certainly be starting, especially after Chupo played in midweek at the Pokal. I do expect us to run the normal starting 11. I don't know exactly what he's going to do with the wingers, but I do expect probably Stanisic, Sewell, Upamecano, and Davies. I expect Kimmich, Goretzka, and Müller in the midfield. And then I'll go with Musiala and Gnabry as the starting wingers in this one. Neuer, of course, at the goalie, especially since he didn't play in the midweek match as well. This game will be at the Allianz Arena, so Bayern will have home advantage, and they'll certainly want to get the 3 points here against this weaker side, and they're going to want to try to take that top of the table away from Wolfsburg. Bayern, of course, have the opportunity to go to the top of the table if Wolfsburg fail to beat Leipzig. I think if they do get the tie against Leipzig, we could even out at 7 points. But I think this is Bayern Munich's chance to take that lead and really run away with it and get that 10th consecutive title like we're all hoping for. As for my prediction for this weekend's game, I'm going to predict a 3-0 victory from Bayern. I think that we're not going to be starving for goals after the 12-0 thrashing this week. I don't think anyone's too concerned over putting it to Hertha that hard, but I do think we'll safely win. So that's about it for this video. If you did enjoy this, make sure to like and comment. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure to leave a subscribe. It helps the channel greatly and motivates me to keep on putting out content. So please do subscribe if you enjoy this content. There'll be much more Bayern Munich related content in the future. That's it for today. I will see you all in the next one. I hope you have a great day, and until the next time, Mia Samia.